Blessings. Hi, welcome to my first video. Yes, thank you so much for making 7th of the 7th, 2020 such a success. Hello Maggie, come be in my video. This is my cat Maggie. Look, seriously though, thank you so much. We had a group meditation that I organised and Gail organised on the 7th of the 7th. And it was so amazing. It was such an amazing feeling. There is a lot of research done into group meditation to show that to show that there is a global effect when people do group meditations. And we're doing another one on the 8th of the 8th. So please come along. It's going to be a fantastic Tibetan bowls meditation. You're going to love it. And what it does to your heart, you can really feel it, and you can feel it, affecting the world out there as well when you come out of it after doing it for like 4 or 5 or 6 hours. So that's really amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And thanks to your encouragement, I thought I'm going to make this video to remind you guys about 8th of the 8th, and also to tell you to hang in there. Things are going according to divine plan. They're going perfectly. I want to start by saying that we've got to see things in perspective. We've got to see things the right way. Perhaps a lot of us are seeing them too negatively and are missing the bigger picture. What am I talking about? In my job, I interview people. I interview people for the government. And I have been told, anecdotally, haven't been asking, I haven't been inquiring, but people have been volunteering information on 5 occasions that their primary school age children are not getting as sick as they did in previous years. What is going on? I went online and I went and checked them out, and sure enough, flu numbers and flu deaths are down by more than a factor of 10 times. What is going on here? This is beyond silver linings. This is something extra special. Also, you got to understand that there's an unprecedented level of fear in the media. Now, a lot of us are angry about that. Yep, perhaps this corona scare isn't what it is. Maybe people are not dying of anything new. But regardless of that, fear, we all know, destroys your immune system and makes people more sick and makes people die more. Okay? And yet, despite there being an unprecedented level of fear in the media, people are dying less than they did a year ago. Come on, people, get with the program and start dying. It is a bit like that, isn't it? Well, but seriously, what is going on? So I went to look at Rupert Sheldrake's theory. He coined it in 1981, the morphogenetic field. What is that? This is, by the way, 15 years or so before the internet even started. He coined this morphogenetic field, which is supposedly a communication system. It's a bit like the internet, but it works on our minds, our bodies, our DNA collectively. The way it works is if somebody poisons a tree or chops a tree, all the other trees in that forest get forewarned, and they will release the appropriate toxins to try and stop that, to try and protect themselves and stop it from happening. When we have a virus come in, exactly the same thing happens, which is why we get mutations for that virus. Why and how the herd immunity actually works. You've all heard of herd immunity. That works because of what Rupert Sheldrake in his research has found to be the morphogenetic field. Aren't you cute, me? Who you are? Love you. Anyway, so she's my little mascot, aren't you? Come and face the camera. Come on. You want to face the camera, baby? Nice. You're out on the table. You might as well face the camera. So, why? Why is this happening? Why? That raises a big why. Well, I would say that perhaps there is going to be an event which we haven't seen in the 130,000 years of human existence. That's something we wouldn't want to miss, I might add, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? We've been through so much collectively. Who would want to miss this event? That would explain why we're not dying. Who would want to miss that? I believe we are at the precipice of a golden age. In ancient times, the Greek and Roman poets would talk about the golden age. It actually goes right back to Kabbalah as well. Kabbalistic traditions of about 4, 5, 6,000 years ago talks of a metamorphosis, like the caterpillar caterpillar turning into a butterfly liberates itself. It's all of a sudden free. It's got wings, it can fly now. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but it's actually a very complicated process, if not painful. And the Kabbalah believes there are 6 stages until we get to that. And the Greek mythology talks of 4 stages, which I'd like to mention now. First stage is heroic age. Second one is Iron Age. The third one is Bronze Age. And the final one is Silver Age, before we get to the Golden Age. We are all at different levels of our, naturally we're all at different levels of evolution. I would say that no one alive now is any lower than on the Bronze Age. What is the Bronze Age? The Bronze Age is ruled by the god of Zeus. He's the god of thunder in Greek mythology. The element there is fire. So this is all about your purpose. This is all about purpose. We are all coming to that realization now, which is why many of us are feeling so much pain at the moment, because we're forced to look at our own purpose. We're not here to be sheeple and stand in queues for food, for God knows what, for vaccines. No, we're here to live out your purpose, because we are all, as David Icke says, we're all single points of attention in divine consciousness, in infinite awareness. So your purpose is very important to the bigger picture of all of life. Then there's the Silver Age. The Silver Age is about rebelling from authority, because you start to gain an ability and a yearning to author your life and yourself. Okay, we're not talking about going to protests. We're talking about transcending the authority of others and being in your own authentic authority. So let's keep these bigger, pictures in mind when we consider what the world's going through at the moment. We can reset this world, this beautiful society with that. But we can't do that without experiencing some pain. And we will reset it. We will. Science sometimes talks about the singularity. And that's going to be another video I'm going to talk about. Because what it's talking about is the same thing, but it's not doom and gloom at all. It need not be doom and gloom. There are at least 2 schools of thoughts on the singularity. So I'll talk about that in the next video. Okay, so yes, I know what you're saying. There's dark stuff going on in politics. There's a lot of dark clouds at the moment. But hang in there, because we're seeing unprecedented events. Look at Donald Trump. He has taken over the Federal Reserve in the United States. That hasn't happened in 325 years. That is how long we've had a Federal Reserve system of banking, where we have a corporation printing money from thin air, and that way enslaving virtually every man, woman and child, because we have to pay back the debt to money that they never had to give us in the first place. It is fictitious debts on fictitious money. So, and why is that happening? Because there are a lot of people really scared right now in positions of power. You don't understand the structure of our political system. At the very top, or near the very top, we have pedophiles. They are festive with pedophiles there. Even the White House has pedophiles. The Australian Parliament has pedophiles. It's a well-known fact. Go and look it up. Even one ex-Prime Minister in Australia, we don't know who it was, but one of them at least was a pedophile. So We can't have an open system of governance and an open society and a free society so long as pedophiles pull the strings, because they are the most corruptible people you can imagine. They will always do as they're told because they're very, very scared of being ousted. So that will change over time. We're at the precipice of that happening. There are people risking their lives, getting ready to arrest them. So at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about those games. They're just games that politicians play amongst each other. Let them play them out. Let's us, you and me, let's play our own game. So ask yourself, what is my game? Am I in my own authority? Let's look at the word authority. Authority comes from the old French word acteur, which means author, originator, creator, instigator. And that comes from the Latin auctorum, which means founder, master, leader. Interestingly, these are all the qualities of your own heart. So if you listen to your own heart, you will be your own authority. You won't be authored by governments. They're all too willing to author you. How do they do that? Well, every time you're boxed into anything, a religion, a nationality, I don't care, it could be even, I don't know, it could be your sexual identity. It could be your sexual preference. You are being authored. Wake up. So time to author yourself and be human again. Be a real human being. Ultimately, at the end of the day, there is nothing for you to move and influence other than your own being, your own self. Be in your own power and create original thoughts by listening to your true feelings. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. It will never lead you astray. Your heart knows. Your heart knows everything that's going on. If you want to know the truth of anything, just listen to your heart. So we've unlearned these things, but we can relearn them because that's the nature of being human. So finally, I want you to reject the darkness of others. Reject other people's opinions, especially their opinions of you. Live in your authenticity. And by doing that, you will be authoring your own life. You have a divine right to be love. Because after all, at the end of the day, you are love and you are spirit. And the spirit never dies. Okay, please, thank you for listening to that. Please join us for the 8th of the 8th. I look forward to that meditation. And it's going to be amazing. We're probably going to have meditation bowls like last time. Or we might have something else. The whole idea is to come together and do it collectively to affect the morphogenetic field. Thank you. Blessings.